The Detroit Lions 2024 schedule is out. The wait is finally over. We know what the Detroit Lions have and who we're going to play. We've known that for some time. But without further ado, here is the Detroit Lions 2024 NFL schedule. We open up in a primetime slot against Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams. All I got to say about that is hey, you already know. Then we go and we host so we have two back-to-back road home games. I'm sorry, two back-to-back home games. Week 2 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then we are on the road against the Arizona Cardinals in week 3. We come back home again in Seattle. Thank goodness. Hopefully we can beat them. Now this down here is what I don't like. I can't stand the early bye week. They did it to us again. Last week it was week 9. This week is week 5. That is going to suck. The Detroit Lions were one of the healthiest teams in the playoffs. All right. And now we've got a early bye week. I swear, man, the NFL gave us our Cinderella story last year, and now I don't know what they're doing. Week 6, this game right here, the Dallas Cowboys. We are on the road against those guys. That's a game I would love to go to, but I don't know if I'm going to go just yet. Then we are on the road again against the Minnesota Vikings, at home against the Tennessee Titans. This should be a good game. Then we are on the road against the Green Bay Packers. Then we are on the road against the Houston Texans. This is a game I want to go to. I'll tell you the games I plan to go to when we finish up. Then we are at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know what happened the last time they came home. The Indianapolis Colts, we are on the road against them. Then we have 3 back-to-back home games. Thanksgiving against the Bears. So I'm assuming the NFL wanted to see Caleb Williams. That should be a good game. The last time we played the Bears on Thanksgiving, I want to say, was when Chase Daniel beat us. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, I got to cut away for 1 second. That game is the reason I'm on this. That game is the reason I'm sitting in front of you today. Without us playing the Bears on Thanksgiving in 2018, I am not sitting in front of you today. That's crazy how that works. The Lions have not won a Thanksgiving game in 7 years. And I think it started with that loss to the Chicago Bears. So let me know if that is the last time we played them. We are then at home against the Green Bay Packers and at home against the Buffalo Bills. That's going to be a good game. We have 2 road games. This one's going to be tough. Outside in the cold in Chicago. And then this one right here. Week 17. I'm a little disappointed that the NFL put it so far back. I mean, we're probably playing for seeding at this point. But this is a game here, and then the to-be-determined game at home against the Minnesota Vikings. Now, remember that the Detroit Lions, as well as every other NFC team, have 9 home games this year with the 17-game season, and each year the AFC and NFC switch. So what are you guys thinking in the chat? What are you guys thinking in the chat? So that looks like that we have 5 primetime games. But before we go, and I give you my record prediction, here are the games that I'm going to. This is priority number 1 is going to be this game. This is later in the year, so I should be able to save up for that. That might add an additional game that I can go to. This is priority number 2. Got to be at that game. We looked at Ticketmaster. There's a queue right now waiting to get tickets to this game. Unbelievable. Number 3, this game right here. I want to see, I've never been to NRG Stadium. I want to see the new look Houston Texans, the Danielle Hunter, CJ Stroud. Gotta support my Detroit Lions there. Now, this game here, this game, November 3rd. I think I want to go to this game. November 3rd is still kind of mid-fall. It should not be that cold in Lambeau Field. So this is a game that I want to go to. This game, I probably won't attend. I wanted to go there too. Maybe I will substitute this game here for this game here. I'm also going to go here. So my games that I want to go to is going to be the LA Rams. We might have to substitute the Chicago. So this is number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and then number 6. So the plan, this one is the one I might not, depending on how much the tickets are, I might not go to that game. Because I feel like they're going to cheat us in Jerry World. Now, with that being said, what are we thinking for the record? I want y'all to be honest with yourself. What are you thinking about the record? This is going to be a much tougher than it's been because of who the Lions face. All right. I wish I had the scribble that I could write. Okay. Braylon says 12 wins. Dave says 12, 14-3, 13-4, or 12-5. All right. So we got to do an actual legitimate prediction. So I'm going to go through these and I want you to put a W or L in the chat. Okay. Wow. Okay. See, here, I got to cut to myself real quick. Sometimes you feel like a super fan. Sometimes you feel like you are so far off that you get, bit by the bug and you just are spouting off nonsense. But last year, I had us going between 11-6 and 13-4. And you think about all these consecutive wins, right? But then you got to throw in, okay, you just throw in a loss. You like the Ravens game where Brad Holmes said the Lions didn't show up, right? So I think the Detroit Lions are going to start the season. Let me pull up the chat so I can see y'all reaction. All right. I'm just going to spit these three out. I think they go 3-0 to start the season. I think they beat the Rams. I think they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think they beat the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Seahawks are going to give us trouble. I got to come back to them. The Dallas Cowboys. I feel like we owe them, but we're also playing in Jerry World. I'm a little concerned. So I got to come back to them too. So I think that's 3 wins. I think we beat the Minnesota Vikings. I think we beat them twice, but I'll come back to that. I think we beat the Tennessee Titans. I think that we are going to. So what are we talking about? Let me go back because I need to. Okay, 3-0. My heart says that we beat the Seahawks, but I think we lose to them. We just can't. We're either going to lose to the Seahawks or the Cowboys, but we could also beat both of those teams. I'm going to say, man, Lions start the season. I'm about to get ridiculous. Y'all. Lions start the season. They start the season 7-0. The Detroit Lions start the season 7-0. I think they win their first 7 games. Green Bay is going to be tough. I think we lose to the Texans. We might lose to Green Bay. Jacksonville's, they're going to be tough. This is where it kind of gets tough at. We could have a stretch right here where we just start dropping L's. Okay, so I say, and this is on the road. So I say they lose to Green Bay. They start off 7-0. They lose to Green Bay. They lose to Houston. They're now 7-2. They beat the next 2 teams. They're now 9-2. Bears going to be tough. And it depends on that pass defense. Bears are going to be tough. What did I say? 9-2? I think they beat the Bears. They beat the Packers at home. They're 11-2. Here, I don't know. I'm calling 14-3. I think 11-2 right here with 4 games left, right? I think we win this one. That's 13-2. I think we win this one. So the 3 losses, we're going to lose 3 times. And I think the 3 losses are going to be Green Bay on the road, potentially. It really could be any of these teams, but I'm just going to Green Bay, Houston, and we'll lose to the Bills at home. That's what I think. I think we go 7-0 to start the season. So I'm going to say that the Lions are 11-6. No, I'm sorry, 12-5 to 14-3. That's my prediction for the 2024 NFL season. 12-5. I think the floor is 12-5. The ceiling is 14-3. I think the Detroit Lions are 14-3. We are the number one seed in the NFC. We have home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and we make the Super Bowl. We make the Super Bowl, and we might just win it. It's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. I will say this, though. I will say this. The last two seasons, in 2022, I predicted the record within 2 games. I said we were going to be 9-8. I said in order who we were going to lose to. It was like a 2-game difference. But we wound up 9-8, and we lost to 2 teams I said we were going to beat and something like that. In 2023, I said we were going to go between 11-6 and 13-4. We went 12-5. We should have been 13-4, but that's in the past, right? I think the Lions go 14-3. They win their first. I think they could go 6-1, 7-0, something like that. And I think we end the season 14-3. So let me know your thoughts down below. Where are we going to end up? What is your Detroit Lions record for 2024? And what games do you plan to go to? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We will see you. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.